Welcome to Inverness in the Spotlight. My name is Doug Lobel, and I'm the Executive Director of the Inverness Old Town Association. And this is kind of a follow-up to a program that we had a couple of weeks ago. We were fortunate at that time to have Larry Gamble, the manager of the Inverness Walmart, with us. And we were fortunate in a couple of segments. We had Mayor Bob Plaistad, and we also had County Commissioner Joe Meek. And now, last but not least, we have the senior pastor from the new church without walls, Pastor Doug Alexander. And welcome
Thank you.
to you, Doug, and welcome back, Larry.
Thank you.
We were talking in those other segments about the Thanksgiving Feeding Alliance, and when we first talked to the mayor, we were talking about the fact that it really kind of started with your church back 8 years ago. Or?
Right. Well, actually about 10 years ago we started it, but it was kind of small. But then we had to shift and got involved in Walmart. Actually, then we got involved with you, of course. And from that point...
Well, Walmart and I go hand in glove. I'm down there all the time.
But I tell you, from that point, I mean, I think about 7, 8 years we've been with Larry and Walmart and yourself. It just has exploded, and I see that we have done great things with the both of you. And Walmart has been instrumental in us. And the last segment, I think you guys said we were feeding about 6,500, but we also have a second location that Walmart also helped us with. And they have helped us for many years. We're feeding, actually, if the true numbers, Doug, with Homosassa and Inverness location, we're talking about over 7,500 people that's being fed.
That's actually 7,500 men, women, and children.
Yes, sir.
And that's the important thing, is that children that would not have a Thanksgiving turkey are having one. And, you know, even though you're down and out, if you can have a Thanksgiving meal and sit around the table, it helps you to kind of get through some of the other things you're going through in your life. And it says, I think it says something about the community.
Right.
That how, if I'm down and out and I need something, that the community's going to be there for us. And I think Larry had talked about that previously in one of the segments. This is a really caring community. And
you see a lot of people step up, and that's really nice to see.
Right.
A lot of communities that people are so wrapped up in everything they got going on, and I know there's a lot going on, but you just see so many people here step up to the plate and give and go help or whatever it may be. I bring my girls to a feeding that we do every year down by the Hernando Lake, and I get such a joy out of that, watching my kids help the needy down there, help dish things out, and I see that in a lot of different people, which is great. It's a true feeling. They're not wanting to get all this attention for what they do. It's just it's just the right thing to do.
well, and when your kids see that, it helps keep them grounded.
Right.
Well, I tell this one short story. Doug was there last year when this happened. I know I told him. And every year there's a story, or every event we do, there's some kind of story that touches you, and that's worth so much. My daughter watched one of these gentlemen that was riding a bike who lived out in the woods. He was kind of scruffy, and he had a rough-looking beard and all this stuff, and I don't remember who it was, but they was doing haircuts there. I don't remember who it was, but he went over there and got his hair cut, and he came out, and I mean, he didn't look like GQ, but boy, he looked like a totally different person. He was smiling, and my daughter, I look over at her, and she watched him come up, and he went from not smiling to, he got a little stove from me and got his hair cut, to just looking like a totally different person, and my daughter had a tear in her eye. And that, you talk about priceless. I could never
have
pay
a
for
lot
that.
more dignity. And it's like people like yourself, Larry, like Walmart and yourself. You're not just talking about it. You get out there and you help your families out there. You've helped this community in so many events. You helped the veterans, homeless. You gave to the homeless. You get Doug LaBelle, Black Diamond, all those agencies, the community, businessmen. They all gave up to help us. Doug was out there himself with the Rotary. They got out and served turkeys that you guys provided for us, and you guys come together every year to help us, and that's very important.
That's what you see though here in this community.
This is a great community.
Grassroots.
Right.
And that's what I like. You know, I see it a lot.
It's not one church.
No.
Like you're saying, Doug, all the different agencies all the different community, all the different people involved. That's very important.
Well, and I know that Charlie Richer, who's also in Rotary with me, just went out as president. That's involved in many organizations. He's involved in the Thanksgiving Feeding Alliance with us, but he was one of the people who helped put together Suncoast Business Masters.
Right.
And December 2nd, they have their live auction thing that they do,
right.
and that's for the Early Learning Coalition.
Right.
There's money that they're raising to help kids before they go, disadvantaged kids before
right.
they go into kindergarten.
Right.
That's awesome.
Get a head start, because
right.
if they don't
sure.
get that, they're going to get in kindergarten, they're already
right.
behind, and they'll never catch up.
This is a great community. Once again, Larry will be helping us again. With December the 17th, we'll be feeding the homeless and the needy, the helpless, yep. those that can't get out. Guess what? Larry will be coming to plate again. We'll be hitting the community again. We'll be serving the community again. We want to make sure that people have food, those kids have toys, kids are taken care of. You got a lot of great agencies here, you know, from the Community Resource Center. There's many agencies. Larry helps every day. Yeah. We appreciate Larry. We appreciate this entire community and what everybody does.
Well, Larry and I, a couple of years, I guess it was last year, we figured it out. It was over $250,000 wow. that Walmart had given at the store right. level here in the county, between the store and Homosassa, mostly coming from the Inverness store, right. to help those agencies. And I guess you can really keep your finger on the pulse, because people are coming in all the time, yeah. and they're from this organization and that organization, and every one of them has a cause.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Every one of them is trying to help some segment of our marketplace.
I think in our positions, if we can help someone feel more comfortable about helping, you know, not just the money or grants or anything like that, just help, you know, then I think we've also done our job too, that people right. just get involved. They're not afraid to help. Right. A lot of people want to help or talk about helping, and they don't know how to go do it.
Right.
And if they see like all this stuff going on in the Feeding Alliance,
right.
the feeding
exactly.
down there, you don't mind if my associates come down and help them. You don't mind if my kids do.
We had one of your managers. We had one of your managers right. out helping us on this at the Feeding Alliance.
Right.
I think Eric, he was out there right. helping out, you know, on one of the trucks, giving away greens from the path. So everybody, we're not going to turn anyone down.
We had sent him to an event to cover for me over
right.
with you at the
yes,
church.
Sir. Yes, sir.
And so he felt more comfortable, and I think
right.
that's part of our
sure.
all jobs. If we can help that, that's
right.
what we do.
Well,
Now
this year we
right.
took 25 students from Citrus High School, and we went out to Bellamy Groves and we
Ferris
Groves, and we picked oranges that we gave away at this feeding line.
That's awesome.
Those kids
awesome.
loved it. Yeah. They loved it. Yeah. Some of us, the first time I've ever done anything like that.
The kids really need to be involved. Right. They really do.
Yeah. Well, we really appreciate both you gentlemen being with us, and we certainly appreciate everything Walmart does for our community. And Pastor Doug, everybody here knows that you have a heart.
Well,
and
you have a heart, and both you guys, and thank you guys for helping me and helping this community.
It makes me proud to be called Doug.
Well, it's salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. All right, thank you for being with us, and stick around, and we'll be right back.